Hi, I want to give you an update on what we've been doing here at Trinity the last few weeks, but before I do that, I just want to share something that we were talking about at our staff meeting this last week. While teleconferencing through Zoom, we talked about what the early Christians did right after Jesus' ascension. Jesus had ascended, and when he ascended, he told them to go and make disciples of all nations. He gave them a job, and he promised he would send the Holy Spirit to them. But he said they had to wait for that. And so while they're waiting, that they have a job to do, but they're waiting there in Jerusalem, they're just sitting there, kind of in a holding pattern. You know what a holding pattern is? That's when an airplane approaches an airport and they're told to just hold at a distance until their turn has come to land. That's kind of what we are in right now, isn't it? A holding pattern. Things are starting to open up a little bit, but we're just holding. We're just waiting. Now, the early Christians, they were waiting for the Pentecost, for the Holy Spirit to come, that special gift, but they still had things they did. They picked who would replace Judas. They got people in place so that they'd be ready when the time came. And so I wanted to update you on what we've been doing here at Trinity in this holding pattern as we're getting ready. We're not there yet, but we're getting ready for it. Of course, we've been conducting online worship, and what a blessing this technology has been. Easter, we had over 400 families worship online on YouTube, then an additional 1,500 or 1,700 watch on Facebook. How amazing that is. On Mondays and Wednesdays, Pastor Cook has been leading Bible classes, Bible discussions through Zoom teleconferencing. And I know a lot of you have been wondering and asking about how Trinity's finances are. Right away when all this began, one of our members, Rebecca Nagel, who works at our local bank, helped us apply for the government's payroll protection program. This grant has allowed us to continue paying our employees and not having to let anyone go. We also have expanded our digital giving options. Besides giving through our website, trinitycrete.org, there's also an app that we can use to give, and we can even text to give. And let me just say this. Your responses, your financial responses, have truly been amazing. So many people have switched over to the digital giving, and your generosity truly shows that Christ is in your heart. Thank you for that. We've also been offering food delivery to people that can't get out of their home or shouldn't. And what an amazing blessing that has been. I just want to share one of the stories. I'm going to read a text here. We delivered to a family that the mom watched as we ran their groceries to the door in rain. She knocked on the kitchen window and made a heart sign with her hands. She was so grateful for us and her groceries, and I was so grateful to have the opportunity to show some Trinity love. In addition to groceries, we've had people who've been making masks. We had material donated by Joanne Fabric, and get this, 9 people cut enough material for 1,150 masks. And then they joined forces with others to sew all those masks. Really, really amazing. In fact, one of our members who used to sew went out and bought a sewing machine just so she could do this, and then she taught one of her friends to sew. From members who are in their 20s to those who are in their 90s, thank you to all of you who sewed and put those masks together, and we're able to provide them to local first responders and hospitals. Now, if you or someone you know is in need, you need groceries delivered, medicine picked up, or financial need, please let us know. You can go to our website, trinitycrete.org, and click on I Need Help and fill it out. Please let us know if you need help. Which brings me to the last thing, which is how are we going to reopen? We're not there yet. We're in this holding pattern. And just like the early Christians, we've been busy trying to figure this out and figure all the details out. And whatever it ends up being, let me just say this, it's not going to be what we want right away. Certainly not as fast as we want. That's just reality. And so, as we figure things out, we'll let you know how we're going to do this. And in the meantime, we're still going to worship, keep on worshiping online. And hey, if you haven't, join Pastor Cook's class on Zoom Mondays or Wednesdays. With all that, now that Illinois is in phase 2, starting this next week, we are going to offer private communion by appointment. If you want to come into the ministry center here, we will have these little tiny individually wrapped communion sets. We'll maintain a social distance. We'll have masks and hand sanitizers available. We'll sanitize the room between appointments and all of that. And even though we'll be socially distant, it'll be so good to see you. So if you want to make an appointment, we'll do groups of 10 or less. Call the church office, 708-672-8125. And while we're in this holding pattern right now, may God bless every one of you. Thank you.